I'm making a comparison.
When you make a comparison that is in the United States, so it's easier for me to do, I don't do world history.
You don't know anything about World War II?
That's insane.
You don't know who the Gestapo were?
Nope.
You don't know who the SS were?
SS?
Douglas, you don't have enough knowledge on the legal system or history to have these conversations that you're having. You're operating...
He said, did you say the SS? What? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Now I just feel bad for this guy. Like, he just doesn't know, you know? Oh, man.
Yeah.
My empathy has regrown for this guy.
Well, they don't know some, like, it is one part bad, like, horrible education, but it's also another part, like horrible education only goes so far, and it goes less and less far every day because of how easily accessible all of this knowledge is on the internet. Like,
exactly.
If you could be the most horribly educated person on the planet, if you call into a debate show and they are like combating you on the most like you thought this was right, and they're just like telling this information that you've never heard of, you should be able to like look that up and convert all of your opinions like that day if it's that easily accessible. You know what I mean?
It's possible to be ignorant from a lack of trying as well. Like, these are still grown adults that we're talking about. If you go down a pipeline, you are responsible for getting yourself out of it. It's not anyone else's business. And if anyone's trying to pull you out of a pipeline, they're being generous. Welcome to the stream. And let's get right into it. It's Halloween. Happy Halloween, by the way. It's
yeah, you too.
It's my favorite holiday.
To be honest, I've never been really a Halloween person.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been a good holiday, but I guess I have not really ever had like my favorite holiday.
Fair enough. People always, it's an excuse for adults to dress up and cosplay and stuff as their favorite characters. Because if you think about it, it's like, I mean, cosplaying is allowed. People are allowed to do that, you know? People like cosplaying. But like on Halloween, it's like all bets are off. Everybody's doing it. Anyway, one year I was doing some people watching in Comic-Con, and St. Patrick's Day landed on the same day in my city, and I was just watching people walk around like kind of inebriated, but also like they're kind of getting back to being kids, you know.
Yeah.
We all have a day where we're all permitted to play pretend, you know. But
yeah.
Anyway, so I think this is the guy I was watching earlier. The 44-year-old guy who thinks that, you know, ICE is doing everything that they are, doing everything by the book. Everything is legal what they're doing, and he's making an appeal to legality argument, I think, but we'll see. So you haven't seen any of these yet, right?
No, I mean, I was screening for some of them, so I've seen bits and pieces, but...
Okay. Right on. So you have actually spoken to some of these people, and
depending on which day you pick from, yeah, I've spoken to a lot of them.
And would you say that they are typically one way with the screener, and then another way completely with Jovan, or does that not happen very often?
No, that's about right. It pretty much starts right when he asks the pronoun question.
That's always a hurdle that I feel like it's a double-edged sword for me, because that is, first of all, you're setting up a hurdle to, like, in the conversation to even get through that each time, but it also illustrates just how bad some people are at even offering the most basic like conversational gratuities, like offering your pronouns, you know. But Jovan is meeting them on their level. They're not. He's not like, oh well, this guy's just gonna say my helicopters or my pronouns are attack helicopters, so I'm not gonna even ask him what his pronouns are. He is bringing them into the conversation of.
Yeah.
He's speaking to them like adults. I mean, he's offering immense charity, you know. And I think it's like pulling teeth at the beginning of every call, like trying to get these guys to just say an article adjective or two. But anyway,
it is a little litmus test.
Absolutely. You really get to see. You're really smelling the wine before. Before going in, asking them the pronouns.
Yeah, and the pronoun crash outs do make for good content. That's why the screeners is the only thing the screeners don't ask.
Really? That's the only thing that the screeners don't ask is the pronouns.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because it's a litmus test for the call, and it's for if they crash out to the call screener, they're probably not going to crash out to Jovan, or they'll leave the call first. So you know what I mean? It does.
Okay. All right. Well, let's quit talking about it and just dive into it. Let's well, you good with normal speed? I need to share my screen actually.
Normal speed's right. Oh yeah, I did forget about that.
Okay.
We're gonna bring up the next person. Next up to the show is Douglas. Now, Douglas thinks that ICE is just doing their job and wants to talk about how ICE is needed. Douglas, can I get your age and pronouns, please?
Yep, I am 26 years old and my pronouns are USA.
Okay, you.
Stop it right there.
Oh, this is one of the ones I was talking about. So, I have insight on this call.
Yeah.
So, this is the day I was screening.
Okay.
This guy comes into the call-in queue, and this is the guy who literally completely just lied to me. Like, this is the only person who's ever called in and just literally said something like completely different to me and then something completely different to Jovan. Sometimes they just lie about certain details. This guy just gave me a completely false screening session.
Wow. Just it takes a certain amount of nerve to just like flat out lie, you know, but all right. You're pulling a prank, okay? Like, I can chalk it up to, you know, he's like, this is a prank call to this guy. Okay, whatever. Let's see where he goes with it. My pronouns are USA. The right has one joke. They have one joke.
Really do.
And I would probably crash out before Jovan ever would. I have so much respect for his stoicism when speaking to these people. But anyway.
Hey, but after this call, we can do one where he doesn't have he lets it loose.
Right on. Okay, let's do it.
That's so interesting. I didn't know you were that progressive. Are you also a member of the LGBT?
So he's when they do the one joke, the attack helicopter joke, it's he says you use neo pronouns. Oh, how progressive of you. Like,
yeah.
So you want to have this conversation? Let's have this conversation.
Are you also a member of the LGBTQ? Most of the time, they're the ones that use neo pronouns.
No.
No, but use neo pronouns.
I'm using well, I can use whatever pronouns that I want. So
Yeah. Hold on. First of all, you're really muffled.
He's fluid.
Or using headphones, I would get off of those. Secondly, yes, you can use whatever pronouns you want to. I'm saying that most of the time, neo pronouns are used by members of the LGBTQ community. You use neo pronouns, so I just assume you're a member of the LGBT.
I'm gonna turn my light in the background.
Because of your neo pronouns. Because you use neo pronouns.
it could be a thing.
Okay, again, nobody can hear you. Speak into the mic or unmuffle the mic. Secondly, because you use neo pronouns. So I'm putting two and two together. If neo pronouns are typically used by the LGBT community, and you do use neo pronouns, I would assume you're a member of that community.
I'm not a part of that community, and I'm not muffled. I can hear you just fine.
You're very okay. I know you can hear me. Okay.
But if you can,
I know. Hold on. I know that you can hear me. Okay. I'm saying you're muffled, which means I can't hear you very well. That's how that would work.
Yeah, so I also don't know if this was a coincidence, but he also was muffled for like 5 seconds when I screened him, and then fixed it somehow. And then all of a sudden, the second he got pulled into the show, he was muffled again. So I don't know if that was him screwing around, but he was fine for me after like 5 seconds of tweaking it.
If you don't have the self-awareness to know that saying USA is my pronouns is not like one of the most cringe things you can say, maybe you don't also have the self-awareness to realize that your microphone is slipping down to your cheekbone area rather than in front of your mouth.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Not very well. It makes it difficult to hear. You're quiet and you're muffled. So if you are using headphones.
Before I got sober, I used to do that a lot. I would like kind of like the phone was just kind of like melting down my face or something. Like it was.
Phones, I would get off of those. If your microphone is covered with your hand or another piece of something, I would.
How many people do you think are drunk calling in?
There's definitely a couple. I'd say like you get like one out of like every couple days of streams, probably one every couple streams at least.
Of all the shows to call in on, I'm gonna get drunk and call in mad to this guy who's just talking a lot of sense and logic, but I'm mad because he's got cat ear headphones or something that they're fixating on. Oh, he's a black man speaking on these issues.
Yeah, they a lot of these things also are funny because they come up in bingo as well. So he does bingo after streams. if we reach a goal, like a donation goal,
nice.
then
that's funny.
He'll put on a random one of his YouTube videos, and then the chat has a bingo card, and there's a free space like Jovan Breeze, and the only other one that is every single time we do a bingo, it's clicked, is the cat ears. They always mention his cat ears every single time.
Oh my gosh, like the lady who was like, Jovan, you and your cat ears? Anyway, there's a lot of
Get off
crazy
of
people.
That.
I made a bingo card for the H3 podcast, and a larger streamer showcased it on her stream. No comment chick.
Oh.
Yeah, she put it up on screen, and oh my god, dead air is one of the free spaces. Anyway, all right, let's go.
A little bit better.
It sounds the exact same.
Okay. Can you turn my volume up on
Hey,
the chat? So
You are
that-
you are at 100% on my end.
Okay. Let me see if this is any better. Is this any better?
Sounds the exact same.
Okay.
He's gaslighting me too. Like, is my music too loud? I don't know if I, like,
Well, I'm not using headphones. I'm not using anything like that. I have an older phone. I'm talking exactly.
Calling to you
as close
live
as
via
possible
tin can.
to the said speaker,
Yeah.
microphone, whatever. That's on my phone.
I don't know if he said it in
well,
the call, but
I guess we'll just
it
have
was
to,
either to the call or me, but he did say it was like an iPhone 3 or something.
oh my god.
I'll just have to ask you to repeat
It was like
yourself.
pre-iPhone 5.
Now, I have an iPhone SE, which is like the re-release of the last iPhone with a home button, and I don't know, I just like the home button.
because, like I said, it's a bit hard to hear you. Anyway, Douglas, you think ICE is just doing their job, and what job is that specific?
Well,
They're just following orders. How is that a defense, though? Like,
Yeah. It isn't one.
it isn't one.
deporting illegal aliens in our country, for one. They also go after sex traffickers.
Yeah,
and
so
drug smugglers.
so here he goes off on illegal immigrants a little bit and then goes back to talking about other stuff, but he, for the entire call screening, he only talked about how ICE's #1 job is actually for drug and human trafficking, and that illegal immigration is a very small percentage of what ICE is supposed to be doing. And then once you unpause, you'll see that he completely does not talk about that.
Well, someone should tell ICE that, because they don't even seem to think that. They don't seem to know their job,
Yeah.
then.
They also go after drug runners.
Pronouns USA is above the screen.
Yeah, a lot of people misconstrued ICE's agenda for only having to go after illegal aliens. That's not their only role. That's not the only thing that they do. That's the only thing that the media is concerned with right now, because that's what they're doing in mass.
Topic 3 is ICE anti-American. ICE is anti-American.
Yeah.
It's
well, a lot
definitely.
of people also.
I would say
Go ahead.
that it's I mean, if I want to be like cutely cynical about it, I'd be like, well, ICE is kind of one of the most American things that we've ever created. But
Yep. So there is so many people that are so irritated because they'll call in. He'll say it like every stream.
mhm.
If you're calling in about #3, I do not want to hear the opinion that America has always been like this and that's what they're going to. I agree with you. The point of this topic is that it's like anti what America claims to be.
Got you. Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people will call in and be like, it's not American. And then when I explain or it is pro-America, and then when I'm explaining to them that that's not what he means, and then I explain the line, they are literally meaner. Those people are more rude to me than the fascists. It's crazy.
Wow. I mean, that is a like soft fascism. Like, those are people who are fascist without even knowing that they're fascist. You know, it's like
Yeah.
being raised as an ignorant racist and thinking that's just normal. But like, it's also kind of like saying that our current like electoral system is anti-American. It's we are claiming to have a democracy, so to say that you know, the electoral college is anti-American is like I don't know, kind of getting in the weeds here, but I totally understand the reason of the topic. Now, like, if we're going to be the golden shining city on the hill, or whatever the fuck Reagan said, we should probably practice what we preach more. And I think that starts with reparations for the Native Americans and African Americans.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Okay, so you're saying here that ICE is primarily targeting drug traffickers and sex traffickers.
That is one of their functions, but that is not their.
Because like I didn't stand for the pledge in school, and what it means to be an American to me, to be patriotic, is to want something better for your country. And
Yep.
I think fleeing to another country for your own safety is a line that everybody draws differently, and it has to do with like, are you looking out for children, stuff like that. But if you can stay and offer yourself as a warm body to resist fascism and fight for a country that you believe in, that is true patriotism, in my opinion. And jackbooted thugs coming to your door to take those rights away from you is the opposite, is the actual definition of fascism, man.
Yeah.
When I didn't stand for the pledge, the principal called me in to his office and asked me what do I think it means to be a patriot. And I'm like, man, my grandfather fought in World War II. My dad is a veteran. I mean, that's what I said at the time. I wouldn't say that now. Now I would just say fuck off. It's my fucking right to say whatever I want. But I was a kid, so I was like, well, I'm patriotic. I care about this country, you know. I think that compulsory doing anything, like compulsory prayer, compulsory genuflecting, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Anyway.
Primary function.
Okay, so I'm asking what they are, because what you said is that to this calling screener, you said ICE is mainly for sex and drug trafficking. So is ICE...
That pissed me off so much. I was like messaging in the call screeners Discord. I was like, I swear to God, he went on like a 4-minute long rant when I was screening him about how that's not ICE's job. ICE's actual job is just to go after human and drug trafficking.
God damn. And going off for 4 minutes about what you plan on talking about on the show, it just reeks of insecurity about your topic that you have.
Yeah.
I told the previous person who I was talking to, who was your call person or whatever, I told him that is
he's struggling to understand.
Not just deporting illegal aliens.
Okay, yeah. So ICE's function is to just mass deport illegal immigrants in the country, and you think this is a good, I don't call humans aliens, but you think this is a good thing, correct?
But aliens is a terminology. It doesn't.
I know it's the
slurs are terminology, okay? Like
yeah.
Legal term, I just don't use the legal term. I think it's dehumanizing, so I don't care to use it. So you think that ICE...
He really used an appeal to legality for illegal aliens. That's crazy. Saying like that's a legal term. Yeah. Illegal alien.
Some of the worst callers ever, not necessarily of like slurs sayers, I call them the sayers of slurs, but the worst callers that aren't just like people who just spout slurs are the ones who are so staunchly pro-law that, and Jovan's gotten like, I want to say 5 or 6 people to admit this, that breaking the law, they are so staunchly pro-law, like so indoctrinized into believing that, that they think that breaking the law is always the morally wrong thing to do. And he's even gotten like 4 or 5 of them to admit that like the people who freed the slaves should have done it the legal way.
Oh my god, dude. That's wild. But like get them to take that opinion to its logical end, which is like, I was trying to think of an example, like, okay, cops are executing your family one at a time, when do you intervene and kill the cop? But it's an illegal rhetorical, it wouldn't make sense, but you're absolutely right. And slur slinger, I think, is a great
yeah, that
term.
is another good one.
But take that if you want it. But anyway.
Like mass deporting undocumented migrants. You think this is a good thing?
I do. I think that anyone who breaks the law deserves the consequences that come with breaking the law.
Okay, and the consequences for coming here illegally?
George Floyd had a fake $20 bill.
Yep.
Are going to
That's all I'm going to say about that.
deportation.
Yes, and there is and actually on the ICE website, they actually give you, if you are here illegally, they have a little document that you can sign. They will pay you $10,000 to send you back to your country of origin, and you will be allowed to return.
Douglas, I just want to touch on something you said. You said,
you heard it here first, folks. The America promises the right to return.
Everyone who commits a crime should face repercussions and punishment for said crime. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. But you voted for somebody who did not face repercussions for crimes they committed.
Also, turning people away and paying them to leave just doesn't make economic sense. Like,
It doesn't.
It's like revoking the visas of students. Like, we're just gonna like give people higher education just to send them back. Like, what the fuck?
It's a crazy set of beliefs for a party that claims to be the party of economics.
Exactly. I thought you guys were numbers. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't know that civil offenses carry criminal punishments.
Donald Trump committed felonies. Those aren't civil offenses.
Then why is he?
Trump was also found.
Just another.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say Trump was also found civilly liable, to where he paid out a settlement for raping a 13-year-old girl. So if you want to talk about his felonies, that's one thing. Water under the bridge in comparison to his civil suits, but I digress.
Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say, talking about the how bad of an economic decision paying people to leave the country is. Not only are they paying people to leave the country, they are mass paying for ads for that. There's an ad. It's like Kristi Noem, and it's like an ad, and they will pay the UFC and the NFL, and that shit is on like every 5th or 6th ad is a Kristi Noem talking about how you should deport yourself illegally and we will pay you.
Oh my god, dude! When will performing for the Super Bowl be viewed as like the ultimate problematic thing? Because when will that payout be viewed as blood money? Because,
Yeah.
I mean, Live Golf, I mean, that's...
Well, the worst part is I'm pretty sure they don't pay them. Like, I'm almost positive they're not paid.
In the NFL?
Aren't they not paid for the Super Bowl halftime show? I thought they just did it as a volunteer thing. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I think they are paid for the...
Yeah, I could be wrong.
How much was Kendrick Lamar paid?
I could be so wrong. I swear, if it's about to say like $35 million.
Whoa,
Yeah,
Kendrick
yeah.
was not paid an appearance fee for the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show. Instead, NFL covers all production costs and pays performers only the union-mandated minimum, which is approximately $1,000 per day for rehearsals and the performance itself.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I could have sworn that I had heard a bunch that they don't actually pay anybody to do the Super Bowl.
The value for the artist lies in the massive exposure, which can lead to Dude, there is no escaping the you get paid an exposure shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There is no level that you can escape that in the entertainment industry. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
dude.
speaking of the Super Bowl halftime show, this year it's actually a positive thing because it's Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
And all of the conservatives are like, fuck this NFL. Like, they mass did reports or whatever, is like trying to get the NFL to do it, and the NFL's like, nope, we're standing behind our artist, he's the halftime show. So it's like the only good PR that the NFL has had in like the past 10 years.
Pretty good. Pretty nice. But
Yeah.
he also is worried about ICE showing up and harassing his crew and stuff. Yes, stay mad about him doing the show. He barely wants to fucking do it, you know?
Yeah.
So, alright, where's this guy
Why,
at?
when you look him up in the national database for felons, his name doesn't come up?
Do you think that means he isn't a felon because his name doesn't come up when you look through the national registry of felons? Was he convicted of a felony in a criminal court? Yes or no?
Okay.
He was found liable.
Nope. He was convicted of 34 counts, felony fraud counts in New York. Convicted. He was found guilty. He was not found civilly liable. He was found guilty of a criminal charge. 34 of them.
Okay.
So
I thought
why?
we were talking about that.
You thought what?
I thought we were talking about ICE. Now we're on Donald Trump.
Well, no, because you made a statement that anyone who commits a crime should be held responsible for this. But you don't seem to hold true to that statement. It seems like the only people that you think should be held responsible for their crimes are people who are immigrants.
There are multiple Democrats who have committed crimes, and they're not in prison either.
Yep, I think they should. I think they should be.
Well, when it is clear across the entire board, then we can start.
There is also a little nuance to be said when Jovan is talking about this kind of stuff, because he always says this, that he is a type of person that will match the energy of the caller.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is some, it does lead him to say things that he doesn't actually believe just for the progress of the conversation. You know what I mean? Or that he thinks that he believes that should be in the current system, but not in the correct system. It's he does this a couple times where if a caller will bring up, oh, but the Democrats did something illegal too, he'll be like, yeah, we should put them into prison too. But he doesn't even believe we should have prisons. It's just the way the conversations go.
Right. No, that makes sense. It does make a lot of sense. That response, listen to how he just kind of waffles when he's just like, yeah, I think, Joe Biden's a criminal too. He's a war criminal as well. And he just waffles.
Yep, I think they should be.
When it is clear across the entire board, then we can start pointing fingers at different people.
Okay, hold on. Okay, first of all, I'm not pointing fingers at people. This is a statement you made, right? You made the statement. If you're willing to, if you want to walk back that statement now, you can. But you made the statement, Douglas, not me. You said anyone who commits a crime.
It's
should be
crazy
held
to me
responsible.
that, like, the number one thing that people do, I don't know, is it not, I don't know if it counts, is it like under one of the actual fallacies, but they always, the number one thing I see in these debates and the debates on the line is that they always will state a claim and then act like, and then once the Jovan or whoever addresses it, they act like Jovan is the one who made the claim in the first place.
Oh wow, yeah, that. I have no idea what fallacy that is, but it just sounds like gaslighting.
Yeah,
that's why.
It's basically just gaslighting. They just decide that Jovan is the one who actually brought it up in the first place. Like they act like they will state a claim, Jovan will refute it, and then they'll be like, okay, but why are we going to this? Why are we talking about this now? Or why are we? They'll just like walk it back to such a stupid level of like, what are we actually talking about here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they think that they can just like if they don't like getting bogged down in what they're saying, they want to just be able to like spew their lies, but Jovan's not letting them. He's attacking each claim individually as it comes through. So like if you mention Trump, he's like, okay, we're gonna like, it's very it's exactly the way Matt used to be on the call-in shows, like hounding these guys, not letting them get a word in edgewise when it comes to like spewing this nonsense. Well, not letting them get a word in edgewise, not letting them get away with the constant lying, which is just something that I wish a reporter would do with Trump. Like, that is how Trump gets away with lying.
Yeah.
Is that he's...
Well, the problem is if they...
It's an omnibus.
I was just gonna say yeah, exactly. But the problem with that is though, is they are like, there's so many reporters that like I can't name any specifically by hand. Maybe Ken Klippenstein, but there's so many reporters that like you look at what they're reporting on, and then you look at like their own posts and stuff, and it's like, you can tell that this person is so much more left than they are asking questions like they are. Like, they're asking questions like a centrist when they're like actually a leftist, because, and I think that kind of mainly stems from that they just won't get any attention if they actually ask questions like they should be asked.
Exactly. They are more worried about having their press badges revoked, but this right here, Anthony Blinken press conference interrupted by journalists accusing him of genocide. This is Max Blumenthal. This is the only time that I've seen a journalist in the White House press corps room actually speak truth to power.
Thing. Not always the most enjoyable thing, but it is the most necessary thing in our democracy.
Reporters in Gaza were on the receiving end of your bombs. Why did you keep the bombs flowing when we had a deal?
I'm happy to address questions.
We had a deal. Everyone in this room knows we had a deal, Tony, and you kept the bombs flowing.
I'm happy to address questions when we get a chance. Thank you.
Order on the mantle of your commitment to Zionism. Did you want to finish? Why did you allow my friends to be massacred? Why did you? I'm
happy to address your questions when we get to questions. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I have a say.
He's being dragged
you know what
out.
Yeah, you know exactly what that reminds me of?
What?
is that famous clip of the soldier, the veteran who goes after Bush. You know what I'm talking about? That clip.
Oh, the only thing that I remember from the Bush press conference years was the shoe being thrown at him. No, that was Bush Sr.
I don't know if it was in like one of the press conferences or if he was giving a speech at something, but it went viral for like it was like from a while ago. Well, obviously because it's Bush, but it was like it's famous. Like I forget what it's called, but
so this is the view from.
From him.
Deal in May. We all knew we had a deal. Everyone in this room knows we had a deal, Tony, and you kept the bombs flowing. Why did...
Just like 3 rows back, talking directly to him like it's just the two of them in the room. We had a deal, dude, Tony. Yeah.
It's so, like, if you... I don't know if you'll be able to find it, of the soldier going after Bush. It is so much of the exact same vibe.
I'd love to, yeah. But yeah, this is during the Biden administration, actually.
You waved the white flag before Netanyahu. You waved the white flag.
Max Blumenthal has been wrong about things in the past. He gets a little bit conspiratorial at times, but his effective output overall is that of a firebrand journalist.
Every day.
And he calls him a smirking fool. Wait.
Your legacy be genocide. You too, Matt. You smirk through the whole thing every day. You smirk through a genocide.
Get your hands off me. Get your hands off.
Oh yeah. So anyway, this is just a compilation of them fascistically removing journalists. But wait. Veteran stands up to Bush. I do want to see that real quick.
It's a great clip.
Iraqi vet confronts ex-president George Bush over war deaths. Oh, damn.
You've never seen this?
No, but like, dude, George Bush should never have a moment of peace, like painting his little pictures without thinking about the deaths that he caused. Like,
yeah, that's basically the whole vibe of this clip.
But when are you going to apologize for the million Iraqis that are dead because you lied? You lied about weapons of mass destruction. You lied about connections to 9/11. You lied about Iraq being a threat. You sent me to Iraq. You sent me to Iraq.
you get ready for an evening out, and you wait for your opportunity, and as soon as you get the nerve to stand up and speak your piece to a former president of the United States, and everyone starts booing you immediately, but you keep going at the same volume. That's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah. Watch, he doesn't even stop when they start dragging him out. Oh, they didn't show it.
Looks like we're getting to it.
Oh, okay, cool.
In case you haven't heard about the Iraq War, fuck.
Yeah.
My friends are dead! Joshua Castillo! You killed people! You lied! You lied about WSP! A million Iraqis are dead because you lied! My friends are dead because you lied! You
Damn.
apologize! Apologize!
Visceral, man.
Yeah, it's the exact. Isn't it the exact same vibe as that other clip?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Max Blumenthal, I mean, if there's a journalist that works for Al Jazeera or contributed to Al Jazeera, they have colleagues who have been murdered. so many journalists have been killed.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Alright, what's this guy fucking talking about?
Now it's anyone who commits a crime should be held responsible as long as the other side is also held responsible. So now you've changed. So now you've shifted the goalpost.
It's the same.
No, it's not. Because you don't think Donald Trump should be held responsible for the crimes he committed.
Okay, and what do those charges carry?
Wait, did he just concede that he holds Trump to a different standard?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, and what do those charges carry as far as time in prison? Do you know?
Felony fraud counts.
Yeah, do you know?
Upwards of, I think it's upwards of 5 years per count.
Per count, okay, and can they be ran as a continuance?
Well, he's not.
You tie all the charges. Listen, you tie all the charges together, and you get one sentence, not individual.
He didn't get any sentences because he's president.
No. I'm asking you a question. Did you know that they couldn't run it like that?
Wait, yes, I know what a continuance is. My question to you is, did he face any sort of consequences or repercussions for his crime? Was he held responsible in any way? The answer is no. You said everyone who commits a crime should face punishment for that crime. Now you're changing the goalpost again. Should Donald Trump face punishment for his felonies? Yes or no?
Yes.
Then why did you vote for him?
I didn't. I didn't vote at all.
You didn't vote at all.
I did not vote at all. I'm a convicted felon. I can't.
He also told me that he voted for Trump too. That's another thing he lied about.
Damn, he's a convicted felon. Can't vote. Which I think is not cool. Like, felons should be able to vote. Like, if you are being taxed, you should have representation for sure.
No, I don't like his character. I like him as a president.
Normally people say the opposite. They say, I don't like his character, but I like him as a president. You like Trump as a person, just not as a president? Okay. The conversation should have been over when he said that he holds Trump to a different standard. Like, okay, you are in a cult of personality. You are not here to have a serious discussion then. Or maybe you think you are, but, dude. I would be so much worse at this than Jovan. Because, like, I just don't have the patience. I just don't, He is a Zen master. This is wild.
Yeah, but when people do take it too far, he does get after him, as you'll see in the next call.
Yeah.
Like him as a president.
Okay, great. Do you support him currently?
I really don't. I don't get the point of the question.
The point of the question is because
speed it
you
up a
made a
little.
claim here today that anyone who commits a crime should face repercussions for that crime. You don't hold this to be true. I don't know why you said it, because it's very clearly not true. You don't really give a shit about Donald Trump's repercussions for his crimes. You don't really care about that. All you seem to care about is that undocumented immigrants be punished for crimes they commit.
Okay.
Now we can talk.
Yep, there it is. Threaded the needle.
Yep.
There it is. What do you have to say about that?
Do they not deserve to get deported?
No, I don't believe they deserve to be deported, no.
Ooh.
Why not? They committed a crime.
Okay.
Ooh. Gross. How quick people are to just completely dehumanize people because they didn't follow the precious rules of the games that we play, you know? Like, you can be disappeared to another country. What, for having a fake $20 bill?
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Like, I keep going back to the fake $20 bill because that was the defense. That was the appeal to legality, defending George Floyd.
Yep.
The murder of George Floyd.
Should they not face repercussions for committing a crime?
I don't think all crimes you should face repercussions for.
Well, that's kind of backwards thinking.
Is it? Let me ask you a
really
question.
is.
Let's test that logic really quickly. At one point, it was illegal to free a slave. If I freed a slave,
Bringing up slavery with the appeal to legality because slavery used to be legal is so brilliant.
Yeah.
Because now you're in a position of defending slavery to a black man. Yeah, fun.
Yeah. Also, yeah, one of the most, I don't know if it's one of the most popular, but one of the funniest clips of all time of his stream is him bringing up, like Harriet Tubman in that time. And, the person is just like defending it, saying, "Oh, that's not. You shouldn't have done it the legal, or they should have done it the legal way. Doing it the illegal way was morally wrong." And it's so dumb. And then somebody in chat goes, or Jovan, and then they started talking about Christianity. So they were like talking about like supernatural all of a sudden. And so someone in chat goes, "Harriet Tubman parted the Mississippi." And it's one of the funniest timed clips I've ever seen.
That's funny. They're trying to apply the argument of like, they should come in through the legal ports of entry, like the points of entry, like they should become a citizen legally, like how slaves should have had they should have found a way to, they should have voted their way out of slavery.
Yeah, someone did bring that up in one debate once, that they should have voted out of slavery.
Yeah, with all the rights that they have, right? Yeah.
Yeah, with the right to vote, they definitely had.
Yep.
do you think I should have faced punishment for that?
Is slavery legal in the United States?
Currently, yes, as long as you're being punished for a crime. But that's not my
Oh, well said.
question. My question was, at one point, slavery was legal. At one point in time.
Oh yeah, as long as there are for-profit prisons.
Yep.
With labor as one of the, enriching activities, there will be slavery in this country, to some extent.
Slavery was legal, and it was illegal to free slaves. So my question for you is, if you believe all crimes should be punished. I don't. I believe it is subjective, and it was going to be a case-by-case basis, depending on the crime committed. You believe all crimes should be punished. So you think, if I got caught freeing the slaves, I should be punished for that, correct?
In whatever is deemed by the judge at hand, yes. Whatever the verdict is, whatever the judge or the district attorney.
This is also an insane way to say this, because I know what they're trying to get at, which is already a stupid point, but the way they're saying it, it's basically like, okay, but what if a judge said, okay, you're going to go down into the catacombs? He's basically just saying whatever a judge ever says, that's what they should be punished with, which is just a stupid way to word what you're trying to get at. That's already a stupid point.
So if they say burn the witch, they're gonna rally around and burn the witch because the judge said so. Great.
Exactly, it's so dumb.
Glad to know that the Salem witch trials could have easily happened today if we just didn't have internet.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Wrong. You think the Underground Railroad was wrong?
Oh, is this the call where he does it?
You're a
No, this isn't the famous call, but he does bring this up sometimes. The Underground Railroads.
Oh yeah, the Underground Railroad. The problem was that it was underground. It should have been just a regular railroad.
Year-old adult doesn't know what the Underground Railroad is.
I gave a random age. They said I did not have to give my real name nor my real age.
Okay. So you are an adult over the age of 18, I presume.
You presume correct.
Okay. and the school system failed you so badly that you don't know what the Underground Railroad is.
Are you talking about the subway system?
That's another reason why we need to redo the education system.
He concedes that he's
Only thing
fucking
I agree
stupid.
with from the caller so far. Yeah.
Oh, he's not stupid. The education system did fail him. Let's be
Why we need to redo, so
be
you
nice.
need, like, introducing things like critical race theory that would teach Underground Railroad.
I don't think critical. Well, if we're gonna go,
Well, critical race theory is one of the things that I hear is bad, so I'm gonna say no.
that direction, then we also need to include Andrew Johnson,
Why?
because Andrew Johnson was the first legal slave
Incorrect.
owner in America,
Incorrect.
and he was black.
Incorrect. Andrew Johnson was not the first legal slave owner. He was a slave owner. He was not the first. Okay, so this would be you using, like, Facebook knowledge. Okay. In fact, the reason Andrew Johnson was even able to own slaves is because he used a precedent of somebody who had already owned slaves, who turned a indentured servitude contract into a slave contract. So, like, I know you don't know these things, and that's because the school system failed you, but what you did is you saw on Facebook, and you said, okay, this seems like a thing. Andrew Johnson was not the first legal slave owner in the United States. Sorry to break that to you.
Okay, maybe he wasn't the first legal slave owner, but he
Sure
was
wasn't.
a slave owner. He was previously a slave.
Okay, what's your point?
Let's see.
Does it matter that do we need to teach kids who every single slave owner was?
He's trying to make the point that, like, well, he was black and he had slaves, so mic
Yeah.
drop. Like,
Yeah, I mean, this whole line of argument is supposed to be a defense, but a couple people have done this. I always find it like, I know they're trying to make a defense, but like, this is where Jovan gives them the benefit of the doubt, where I wouldn't. Like, I would not find that as like a trying to defend your argument. I would see that as like a trying to say, oh, black people are bad too.
oh, okay. Yeah, like, people gonna do slavery. What are you gonna do? That kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
We should teach them that it wasn't just white people.
Can't hear a word you're saying. Can't hear a word you're saying.
I said that we should teach our kids that it's not just white people who are slave owners.
No, it was the
Oof.
Yep, that's literally exactly what you said.
So
majority
nasty.
of people who were slave owners were white. Like 99.9% of
Not
slave owners were white. Like
Not all of them.
99.9%. Wow, I love that there was like a couple out. 99% of slave owners were white.
And okay, and there were some that were black.
Yes, 99% were white. What the fuck do I care about the 1%?
Well, you should care, because if you're going to push for reparations per se, you have to be able to prove that.
I love a random per se peppered in there, you know what I mean?
ancestors that are, or the current generation that's going to receive reparations, weren't actually in the heritage of those that were slave owners and were black.
What does this have to do with anything we've been talking about?
I don't know. We kind of gotten off topic since you pointed out Donald Trump's felonies and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
because you were inconsistent. Sure, let's go back.
Okay, I think I know the exact Facebook post that he saw, or Truth Social post that he saw, where, like, this man is a black man and he owns slaves. Let that sink in.
Yep.
It's like a lot of these kind of like racist shit posts, they don't tend to be specific. They just kind of are just red meat thrown as far as they can and as widely as they can. And
Yeah.
Back to ICE. Let's go back to ICE. Sure, I love that. You're okay with ICE violating people's Fourth Amendment constitutional right, correct?
In what context?
In the context that you have right to legal representation and they hold people incommunicado where they... Hold on. You have right to legal counsel and they hold people and refuse to let them speak to their lawyers. This would be a violation of the Fourth Amendment. You're okay with them doing this?
If you are a legal citizen in this country and not an illegal alien, I know you don't like the word.
Here's your error here. the Supreme Court has already affirmed that the Fourth Amendment right is for both citizens and non-citizens, whether you're here illegally or not. You have a Fourth Amendment right. So I'm going to ask the question again, and maybe you can answer it this time. Are you okay with ICE violating people's Fourth Amendment constitutional right? Yes or no?
I'm okay with them violating the rights of illegal aliens. Yes.
Insane. Let's violate human rights.
Fuck, dude. That is an insane admission, though.
Yeah. The most insane thing about conservatives, like, not the most insane thing, but something that's insane about conservatives that I always find is, like, they actually believe this and then also don't think that they're in the minority on that.
Yeah. That is the kind of echo chamber effect that's created, and there's no incentive to leave because everyone else is viewed as degenerates, you know?
That's the funniest insult, because so he does the streams to Twitch and then YouTube vertical so that it goes on people's YouTube Shorts feeds.
Oh,
that's where
man.
he gets most of the callers.
Yeah.
And they will chirp, the YouTube chat will chirp at him. Yeah, we need like half a mod in Twitch chat sometimes, and there's like 4 people that mod the YouTube chat. But they chirp at him, and they'll be like, "You're in such a leftist echo chamber," and every single time he laughs his ass off because he's like, "You guys realize I literally debate people for a living." I literally am constantly inviting people to try to convince me of their opinion.
And what do you mean echo chamber? YouTube Shorts, that's the fucking boomer dojo, you know? That's the lion's den of chuds. Like, no comment chick, she streamed vertical like one day out of the week and went from like 30 something concurrents to like I tuned in on the vertical stream and it was like 400 something people. It's wild. I think what it is that Facebook Reels or whatever it's called, they kind of, because let's face it, no one's uploading prolifically to Facebook Reels who isn't also cross-posting in other locations. Like, Facebook Reels are just completely bolstered by YouTube Shorts, and I'm sure that's the pipeline. That's the gateway drug into YouTube Shorts is the Facebook Reels. 1 minute you're watching someone clean hooves of a horse, and the next minute you're in an alt-right pipeline.
You're okay? Okay, so you are okay with rights violations.
I'm okay. I will repeat it again. I am okay with them violating this so-called right of
not so-called rights. They are
so-called rights is so horrible.
Legally binding rights. Why is it okay to violate a person's rights, whether they're here legally or not?
Because they're not here legally. They're not citizens.
It doesn't matter. Non-citizens have rights.
It's called human rights.
So you're why? Yep. Yes, they do. I hate to break it to you. I'm gonna stop, Douglas. I'm gonna stop you right there.
Because human rights are not up for debate. Pause.
Exactly.
Everybody stop. The debate is over. We're no longer discussing if this person deserves.
Douglas, I'm gonna stop you right there because you're about to say some really dumb shit, and I'm gonna cut you off before you do, just so that you can understand. Okay, I want you to get it.
Literally, the nicest thing that Jovan has done this entire stream is like save this man from his fascist self here, like saying this shit on recording. Man, I would not even want my first name tied to this shit, you know?
Yeah.
Through your skull. Non-resident, illegal citizens, illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants, whatever you want to call these people, they have rights. They have rights listed upon by the Constitution and reaffirmed by the Supreme Court numerous times. There's a reason why a lot of these... Stop talking, Douglas. I'm going to stop you from saying dumb shit. Just listen for a second. Despite what you believe and what you think and what you...
The fact that he's not muted him and he's just... sighs, just...
feel, because you operate off of feelings, I don't. They have legal rights in the United States. And you've told me it's okay to violate those legal rights that are legally written down on paper, affirmed by the Supreme Court, listed in our Constitution. There's a reason why the Constitution says over and over again, persons, not citizens. So you think it is okay to violate a person's rights? You think it's okay for ICE to break the law because they're breaking the law against a group of people you are okay with them hurting?
Give me 1 second and let me look up the fourth.
No one can hear you. No one can hear you.
I said,
oh boy.
allow me. Oh, I'm looking up the Fourth Amendment.
The Fourth Amendment gives you a right to legal counsel. You are supposed to have the ability to contact a
You
lawyer.
said citizen, not citizen, so I'm seeing if that is correct.
The Fourth Amendment has been reaffirmed by the Supreme Court to also include undocumented immigrants. I can give you the cases if you'd like, where they've set the legal precedent for this.
Googling.
Would you like the legal precedent?
It does not say person. Hold on, before you jump at me. It says citizens and non-citizens. It doesn't say person.
What would
Wow. Okay, so if your dog has citizenship, is that the...
what would an undocumented immigrant be?
Maybe a non-citizen.
Okay, so that means they still have that right, right?
Clearly they do.
Okay, great. So are you okay with ICE doing stuff
Yes.
that's illegal?
No.
Because you said anyone who breaks the law and commits a crime should be held responsible for that. ICE, by refusing... No, stop. You made the claim that anyone who violates the law, okay, should be... what was the word we were looking at? They should be held responsible for that. ICE is violating the law because breaking someone's constitutionally given rights is a legal violation. So how do we hold ICE responsible for breaking the law?
I don't know. You tell me.
You're the one who thinks we should hold these people responsible. How should we hold them responsible?
I don't know. You tell. I just said I do not know. You
Okay.
tell me.
You don't know.
Clearly
So
you seem smarter, so you should know.
well, I'm definitely smart.
Jesus Christ. Oh man. I feel like this conversation's starting to get a little bad faith.
Smarter. We can't hear you again because your phone is muffled. Now, just reaffirming, I just want to reaffirm. You agree with me. ICE is breaking the law. You're okay with them breaking the law.
Well, there's nothing that we can do about it, so...
Oh,
Were you gonna say something?
No.
Oh.
I just coughed, sorry.
Oh, okay. Right on. A lolcow hunter. Nice. Oh yeah. Welcome to the stream, Founder.
okay, so it's okay for the federal government to break a law because there's nothing we can do about them breaking the law.
What are we gonna do if they break the law?
Well, right now, there's not much because Donald Trump ignores.
I feel like we need a new tier for lolcows for people like Ethan Klein, who's like a lol cryptid, you know? It's the lol critter that you see that is just like, whoa, it's a big one. Can we bring it down? I don't know.
The Constitution and the Supreme Court. So he doesn't really give a shit. So you're just going, well, it's okay, we have an authoritarian rule over us, I guess we can't do anything about it. But you said you support ICE. You said we support ICE, you said we need ICE.
We do.
We need a law enforcement agency run by the federal government that violates the Constitution.
Clearly.
Why?
This is almost...
That's the most insane thing to say clearly, too.
Hang on 1 second. Let me back it up.
Need ICE.
We do.
We need a law enforcement agency run by the federal government that violates the Constitution.
Clearly.
One day you're saying, you know, if XYZ makes me a Republican, then I guess I'm a Republican or a conservative. To one day you're saying, you know, if they need to violate the Constitution, maybe I'm
all for it. Yeah.
Maybe I'm not a Constitution enjoyer after all.
Why?
Well, again, ICE is, we're focusing on deportation, but that's not the only role of ICE.
So the deportation.
They also go after sex traffickers.
Except they don't, because only 7% of people arrested by ICE have any criminal charges. So ICE really isn't.
Like, if they're not deporting people, then what are they doing with that enormous budget? Why do they need it? Like, what?
Handling sex traffickers very well.
That's a crime.
They don't have criminal charges. Just because you're here illegally doesn't mean you have any criminal charges levied against you. Please learn how the law works. Secondly, Douglas, I said don't have criminal charges levied against them. Okay? Thank you.
That is a criminal offense.
They don't have criminal charges. Just like if I go to Walmart and I steal a TV and I never get caught for it, I don't have any criminal charges levied against me, right? Thank you. Secondly, Douglas, I'm going to keep talking, Douglas. I'm going to keep talking. My second question to you is, how many rights violations is okay? At what point do you go, hey, this seems like the Gestapo. This seems kind of Nazi-esque, that we're just allowing this police force to just consistently violate.
There it is. You know, I think that any hesitation to call these people Nazis is placating the whininess of conservatives saying, stop calling us Nazis. Like, then quit being fucking Nazis, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
dude, anybody who, even if they are not someone who, like, they are going to be a Nazi, but even if they're not somebody who, like, follows, like, what other Nazis follow, anybody who goes, who says the line, because I hear this a lot, I'm not bothered by being called a Nazi. Well, bitch, you should be.
You absolutely should be. And, I think,
yeah,
you know, words have meanings, and symbols have meanings. Dude, I was at this dude's house who literally had like a swastika tapestry, like the long red banners that they used to fucking hang and stuff, and I was like, what the fuck? And he's just like, I just like it, it's just a decoration. Like, he didn't even have the balls to like own the fact that he was a fascist and wanted to join the military because he's a fucking Nazi and shit. I respect the spiritual aspect only. Foundry, what do you mean? The spiritual aspect of Nazism?
Yeah, whatever that is, I don't respect it.
Yeah. It's possible to be a Nazi and not know you are a Nazi. Like, oh, the origin of the swastika, I respect the spiritual aspect only. Yeah. But it's also possible for things to just be ruined. Like, for everybody. Like, I respect the original origins of the swastika and it's a shaman symbol, yep, you're right. But you have to also understand that because of the Nazis, we can never unsee the swastika. So that's all I'm saying about it. Yeah, it's not up to you if you're a Nazi. You say and do things that are Nazi-esque, and it's up to you to shake that label. It's like being called creepy. Like, you can't argue your way out of being called creepy. You just gotta try to not be creepy. Like, anyway.
The right. How did the Gestapo did the Gestapo illegally arrest people?
Gestapo? Was that in America?
Nope.
Okay. Either he doesn't know what the Gestapo is, or he's saying there's like, what are you talking about Germany for? We're talking, this is America, motherfucker. Like, I feel like that's the angle.
I would say it's probably a combination of both.
Yeah.
He doesn't know, and he wants to move over to...
God. And it's like an internet meme. The law of what is it? Internet law of arguments. Everything devolves to Nazis. Godwin's law is an internet maxim stating that as online arguments continue, the probability of people or groups being compared to Adolf Hitler or Nazis increases. Adolf Hitler was the dictator of... Okay, yeah, we know who Adolf Hitler is. God. But yeah, it's an old internet adage. But I think that it came to prominence because Nazism never really went away. Makes it more disgusting that they used this.
They just decided to hide it for a couple, 15 years, and then they just brought it right back out.
Yeah. Another thing that blew my mind about the history of Nazism, probably the thing that is most prescient, why we should keep talking about Nazis today until fascism is crushed forever, is because Zionism predates Nazism.
Yep.
That was one of the biggest mind fucks ever, and that they were planning on weaponizing the legacy of the Holocaust while 10,000 Jews were being gassed and burned a day. And that's straight from Elon Pape. If you like Elon Pape, he's great. They were friends. Yeah, the Nazis and Zionists were pretty tight. Sorry, what were you saying?
I just said I didn't know who you were talking about.
Elon Pape. Great guy. Magda Goebbels was a Zionist? Oh my god.
That's embarrassing.
Okay, so then what does that have to do with America?
I'm making a comparison. Do you know how comparisons work? You take two things, and then you compare and contrast them.
Can you make a comparison that is in the United States so it's easier for me to do? I don't do world history.
You don't know anything about World War II?
That's insane.
You don't know who the Gestapo were?
Nope.
You don't know who the SS were?
SS?
Douglas, you don't have enough knowledge on the legal system or history to have these conversations that you're having. You're operating...
He said, did you say the SS? What? Oh my god. Yeah. Now I just feel bad for this guy. Like, he just doesn't know, you know? Oh, man.
Yeah.
My empathy has regrown for this guy.
Well, they don't know it is one part bad, horrible education, but it's also another part, horrible education only goes so far, and it goes less and less far every day because of how easily accessible all of this knowledge is on the internet.
Exactly.
If you could be the most horribly educated person on the planet, if you call into a debate show and they are combating you on the most you thought this was right, and they're just telling this information that you've never heard of, you should be able to look that up and convert all of your opinions that day if it's that easily accessible. You know what I mean?
Dude, the internet, YouTube can literally teach you anything. I did not know how to do anything car-wise, and I repaired the steering knuckle on my Crown Vic that was totaled, and like it took me a month, but I figured it out. That's the power of the internet. Like the excuse of, well, there's also a socioeconomic element to it as well, where your access to the internet can be limited, but it's possible to be ignorant from a lack of trying as well. Like, these are still grown adults that we're talking about. If you go down a pipeline, you are responsible for getting yourself out of it. It's not anyone else's business. And if anyone's trying to pull you out of a pipeline, they're being generous. They care about you. They are pouring some of themselves out to lift you up. Anyway. Do you want to... This is... I keep pausing so much. Do you want to save the other two? We are pushing an hour and 30 minutes here. How about we keep the other two in the pipeline for
that sounds good.
Another day, and can have some content to sit on, some stuff in the chamber, and yeah. But we'll finish this up though.
Entirely off of feeling.
In another country?
No, because you're operating entirely off your feelings. You feel ICE is good. You feel that illegal immigrants should have their rights violated. You feel. What about all the American citizens whose rights they're violating? 170 people so far. We have a confirmed number. About 170 American citizens have been detained by ICE. 120 of them held.
I can appeal. Be
They've
right
not been
back.
allowed to speak to their lawyers. They've not been allowed to call family. None of that. How many U.S. citizens is it okay for ICE to violate their rights? How many of them? You think it's okay for the undocumented? What about the documented?
If you're housing an undocumented, undocumented alien in your house, and you are detained and you are an American citizen, you're committing a crime.
Again, of the people that have been arrested by ICE who are U.S. citizens, none of them have been charged with a crime. None.
Yeah.
They're all let go without being charged with a crime. So my question again is, how many U.S. citizens, how many rights violations of U.S. citizens is it okay for ICE to do?
What is the problem?
Do you think that your rights weren't violated if you were let go?
No.
Douglas, I just need to know.
The crime, they can pull you over,
Douglas,
and they can't ask you for identification to figure out what's going on.
Douglas, first and foremost, in almost every state, cops cannot ask for identification without reasonable suspicion of a crime.
Okay, and if they have reasonable suspicion of a crime, they can investigate, correct?
Foundry, is the guy on crack? Douglas, put down the pipe, man. It's okay. What did he say that makes you like? Did I really miss something that incendiary?
If they have reasonable suspicion, cops cannot ask for identification without reasonable suspicion of a crime.
Okay.
Half of his callers sound like they're on crack sometimes, so.
If they have reasonable suspicion of a crime, they can investigate. Absolutely.
Okay.
They can still violate your rights. You have a couple rights when it comes to being stopped by police. One of which is your right against unreasonable search and seizures. If a cop arrests you, takes you to a second party location, right, that is seizing you, and if they do this and they do not charge you with a crime and they hold you for a long amount of time, I don't know what the exact length is, it's different in each case, but it's an unreasonable amount of time, and they didn't really have any reasonable reason to arrest you, right? This is a violation of your Fourth Amendment right to unreasonable, or Fifth Amendment right to unreasonable search and seizures. Or I'm sorry, no, Fourth Amendment is search and seizures. It's also going to violate your Fifth Amendment right of due process when you are unable to call or access legal representation.
I thought that was your Fourth Amendment right.
No, I had them backwards. Fifth is due process. Fourth is search and seizures. So they're violating multiple people's rights, and you're okay. You're okay with them violating. Yes, I just had it backwards, Mike G. It's not that big of a deal. You're okay. What?
Well, I thought you were more educated than me.
Because I had the fourth and the fifth mixed up?
I was just wondering why the person who says that he's more intelligent than me got it wrong up until this point.
That I just mixed up the number 4 and 5? Were the contents of...
Bro, you did not know what the SS was. Alright?
Yeah, he doesn't get to say shit.
You feeling a little insecure, bud? Like...
Were the contents of the amendment that I'm talking about still correct? Yes. You have a constitutional right to legal representation. You have a right to counsel. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you're trying so hard to get some sort of gotcha on the fact that I mixed up the 4th and 5th Amendments. Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
Whatever happens.
Douglas, can I ask you a question? Were you born dumb, or did you have dumbness thrust upon you later in life?
Yeah, sometimes he lets it go, you know what I mean? He doesn't always give him the benefit of the doubt at some point.
Because, like, at some point, like, you have to realize that your charity is being wasted, like, or, like,
yeah.
Okay, that's all the charity that I have to offer you, guy I don't know, random on the phone, who called into this show to debate almost whether or not if humans have value.
Okay, I'm gonna consider born. We're gonna move on. Nobody can hear you anyway. Thanks for calling. It's definitely been eye-opening.
The only thing leftist about him was his audio. Oh boy. That is one for the books for sure.
That was a doozy.
Hot doozy. What is this? Yeah, cool. Alright. We will leave it there and have this play us out. I'll see you around. I'll be in touch on Discord, Pillow, and I'll see you around.
Sounds good.
Free Palestine.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Free Palestine.
Likewise. See ya.